excites me because you get to see, exactly, because of what you just did right there with your face and your voice and everything that you just did. You get surprised and get excited when you see the character comes out. Pac-Man, a character that some actually believe to not be as good as they used to be. T, taking some L's that they used to not be a take recently. Of course, you have players like Kiwi and Sinji over in New England and Tri-State respectively. But here in EU, we got Nartax out here, seeing what they could do against the Inkling threat for sure. This is going to be an interesting matchup.
Oh, yeah, I'm already starting to see signs of that because, other than the ability to turn Pac-Man yellow, well, I guess more yellow, the thing that Raphro has is they have the ability to use that ink shot, or the splatter shot, or whatever it's called, to push away the bonus fruits as they're coming at them. Which we've been seeing a little bit of that in the early stages of this match, and also we're going to be seeing that ledge trap with the down smash to get that first shot.
And another thing about Inkling is that this character is not afraid to go off stage for those nair and back air kicks. The character has quite a long recovery as well as a hitbox on the end of that, the landing hitbox of that up B right there. So for sure, catching Pac-Man off stage, which is something sometimes where people are really scared to contest this character. I'm not sure if Raphro really has that much of a reason to.
Oh my god, they almost got up tilt into Hydrant off that, and that would have been insanely nutty. Raphro is playing this matchup incredibly nicely. Playing the distance game whenever Nartax wants to charge, and they're throwing out those bombs in a really nice way to just kind of zone out Nartax. And they haven't been using their ink onto Nartax all that often. Whenever they get some, it's great, but more often than not, it's been these grab combos that have been so devastating.
Already up to 90%, able to get the shield out in time is Nartax right there. And going off of what you said before, yeah, it's like, if there's any way that you can out-zone Pac-Man and make it frustrating for that character to get in, if you could find a way to beat him in his own game, it's just up smash. Oh, no, whoa! Going for some wonky stage coverage right there and putting out the splat bomb on the left side and then charging up smash to try to cover an air dodge away from it, actually. Not sure how necessary that was on the part of Raphro. Perhaps the percentage was not high enough to kill, but it will be there. That's a 3-stock, baby.
Yeah, Raphro had literally every good read in that last little, string of the match. They weren't able to have any of them connect, but every single place Nartax was going, they were there first. And I feel like they just whiffed a little bit early on a lot of it. But like that berry, they threw up the splat bomb to try to catch them, jumping away. So they had to jump in, and then they had the up smash ready in case Nartax tried to land on top of him. That was systematic at the very end there. And frankly, Nartax looked like a fish out of water that entire match.
Yeah. Inkling is definitely, splashing, no pun intended, splashing back up on the radar a little bit with Raphro right here. It's not the most common character that you see in these brackets anymore. As you mentioned, character definitely fell off for being the early game. Potentially, we thought best in the game back in 2018, 2019, threat that they were back then. Now out here, working out those fundamentals against Pac-Man, sort of beating them at their own game and zoning in a little bit, which just makes it that much easier for Raphro to get in, and perhaps even easier this time around with a slightly more meta-relevant character in the Steve with the Enderman.
Yeah, so I actually, on the PG stats, a beautiful thing for commentators like us to give you guys the details on everything. Raphro does actually actively secondary this character, so this isn't just a wild pick that they're going for. But I think that Pac-Man probably does a little bit better in this match specifically, and I'll tell you why. It's because Steve doesn't really have any hurtbox shifting. He's the same size pretty much all the time. Doesn't have a tumble animation. Is always just that vertical. So it's going to be a lot easier for Pac-Man to hit the combos and the projectiles they really need to.
For sure. On top of being able to just build walls, try to sniff out the recovery right here. Going in between the two blocks placed for sure that time. Any character where, you're just more so a heavy projectile-based character for sure like Pac-Man, if you could just build a wall to stop that from happening, it's sort of a sick and cruel irony on the part of Pac-Man, who has been doing that for years at this point, and now is going to have to deal with Steve on top of this, who I gotta say, Raphro is still all over with this counter pick, mining for their materials right there. You see Nartax over and over again.
Oh my gosh.
So hard. Right at the corner, Laird. You saw that.
Yeah, like just barely kissing that blast zone. And man, there seems to be very little that Pac-Man could do against these walls.
It's so ironic, really, when you see that. The character who's just so, good at, spawning out the high ground and saying, the neutral's mine now. Yeah. Now you have Steve, who frankly does that, but just better in a couple of different scenarios, especially depending on how strong the specific material he has. The stone block we have there on the side. Utilizing the TNT, just get that little extra height to get the up smash out right there. Doing a good job for the most part at catching these landings.
Oh my god, you almost saw the Hydra push them into the TNT though. That would have been pretty funny. And they're going to be going for diamonds early now, actually. They recognize that a lot of their gold tools were breaking. They are down to iron right now. Oh, and Nartax will be falling because of that one block at the ledge. You're not able to snap whatever that block's at you.
Yeah, not only not able to snap, but break through that one as well, especially considering the fact that it was an iron block, one of the stronger materials for sure on Steve's repertoire. Definitely not an easy one to break through. He's got the Galaga ship in hand right now, just gonna wave back and wait for Nartax to commit to an option right there. And beautiful job, able to stuff out the grab that time around by making them the one forced to approach, building more walls to stuff out the Pac-Man side B right there, and the neutral is firmly in control of Raphro. No blocks necessary this time around to get Nartax to come in, who is just struggling to get any leeway, let alone any stocks throughout Raphro, throughout this entire set so far there.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to score a clean hit just yet. Even then, they had that side B that looked like a good zone breaking option, but it just got validated by that block again. Nartax gonna be able to make it back to ledge, gonna be dodging that grab. Not over just yet. Pac-Man, as we know, does have a lot of sauce whenever they get cooking.
Just looking down on the block right there. I don't know if that was BM or something like that, or if it was just a taunt. Not putting out a single hitbox and just standing there. I think recognizing that Nartax couldn't hit Raphro there as the edge guard onslaught continues this time around. Has Diamond on deck on par for when they need to get up close with the hitbox, but at 126%. I don't even think that Raphro needs that at this point to finish off this Pac-Man. This is, you know, you never say never when it comes to Smash matches, but this really is starting to look like too little too late. That forward not be enough. Finally gets the key though.
Yeah, he does get the key. Forward air key, really good stuff. Recognizing that Raphro did not have any blocks at his disposal, but as a JV3 stock for Raphro, beating Nartax, only dropping one stock the entire set. And man, that was convincing. I haven't heard of this Raphro guy till today, but their 80% win rate does not look ill-earned.
No, not at all, man. And I don't want to immediately go the route of saying we've never heard of them because it's a new character, Steve, go the Zoomer route or whatever. It doesn't matter how old you are, man. Everybody has fun with Minecraft.
Well,
doesn't matter what game you play.
They're an Inkling main, too.
Yeah,
I feel like that argument's not even